50, 45, there goes Davis.
Oh my God!
Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow! Oh my God! Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to episode 323 of the Dream Wager. Tonight is October the 22nd, 2023. I am your host, D-Rock, and joining me is our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis Acosta. E, how you doing today, kid?
Dill, I'm going to be real with you. It's a bad betting day, but it's a great day to be a Patriots fan. I'll tell you that, people. It's a great day to be a New England Patriots fan. Shout out my boy Bill Belichick, Mr. 300. You know we keep it 300. Shout out Chief Keef and them. How you doing, Dill? How you doing?
I'm surprised the jersey isn't on. I think we both have luck beating the Bills, but yes, we got a big game. Right now we're filming this. 4 games are still playing 2-minute warning. They're all one-score game. Well, Seahawks just kicked a field goal, so the 4 o'clock window was definitely more competitive, I will say, than the 1 o'clock slate. But Elvis, let's get right into it. We'll recap the games we got plays for Monday night. Our last betting preview of the NBA preseason Southwest Division. And we have picks for opening night on Tuesday, Lakers and Nuggets, Suns and Warriors. But Elvis, I think we should start with you guys. Big win at home, 29-25. You guys take care of the Bills. Mac Jones played really good, 25 for 30, 272 yards, took care of the ball, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. Didn't run it a lot, but he spread the wealth out. Kendrick Bourne had 6 catches. Demario Douglas had 4. Ramondre Stevenson had 6 catches as well. So credit you guys. Big win. Defense stepped up. You guys got pressure on Josh Allen. They weren't able to run the ball either. But Elvis, talk to us about your win, kid.
Dill, let's just start with the Buffalo side. Dill, what we said going into the game. Buffalo's offense first half struggles. We've seen it overseas. We saw it last week, and Dill, we saw it once again today in New England, especially in the first half. Dill, offensively, they were struggling. Josh Allen wasn't really in rhythm. Dill, for the New England side of things, offensively, Dill, Mac Jones played like a top 10 quarterback. He played like one, Dill. Let's just say he played like one, Dill. 25 for 30. Let that sink in, people. 272, 2 tubs, no interceptions. Dill, that's the key. No interceptions, no turnovers, Dill. You know, like you said, we ran the ball good, not great, but I think pretty good for, what we needed. Stevenson, didn't really do much. My boy Zeke got the touchdown, and my boy Zeke, even Mac Jones ran for even a first down or so, Dill. So I think overall, great team win. Our defense, like you said, applied pressure when we needed to. Even without Matthew Judon, we was able to apply pressure. Our boy Jabril Peppers, Jersey owned, was able to make a few plays, especially in the first half, Dill. So overall, I think it was a great team win, and just simply Mac Jones outplaying Josh Allen at home. Like I said, I can't say this enough. I'm gonna say it one more time: 25 for 30, 272, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, no, it was really good. You guys converted on 3rd downs as well, which really extended plays, gave them some confidence as well. Time of possession they had by over 5 minutes, but what really hurt them was the 2 turnovers and the 9 penalties. So they kept shooting themselves in the foot. Only 3 points in the first half. That's a trend, not just this week, Elvis. We've seen it in London. We've seen it before going to London. So that's 3 straight games where they're off to a slow start. But yeah, 2 losses now for the Bills against the division. They do have the one against Miami, but yeah, tough game for the Bills. They're gonna have to bounce back. Patriots, good win. Any action on this game you had or no?
Nah, Dill. I ended up putting them in a teaser. I ended up just making a Sunday teaser for the fuck of it on a parlay. Didn't cash anyway, but at least I did it for fun. But did I have hope we could cover? Yes. But was I willing to put money on it, Dill? Absolutely not.
Bears take care of the Raiders 30-12. This guy, Tyson Bagnet, what a fucking performance from the kid from West Virginia. Shepherd University comes in 21 for 29, 162 yards. Not going to light you up, but he took care of the ball, and he outplayed Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer didn't really have a good game. They weren't able to run the ball at all. Josh Jacobs, 11 carries for 35 yards. Deontay Foreman, what a game this guy had, catching the ball, 3 catches for 31 yards, a touchdown, 16 carries for 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was on my bench, by the way. Just an all-around great game for the Bears. They get the win at home, 2-5. What'd you think of the Bears?
Dale's impressive. The fact that they're able to go in there with a no name. I'm pretty sure the kid won the Division II Heisman Trophy.
Yep.
So the kid got some talent. The fact that he's able to go in there, Dale, fun fact, he's the only rookie quarterback to go in there and win week 1. Bryce Young didn't do it.
That.
CJ didn't do it. Our boy Anthony Richardson didn't do it. My boy Tyson Bagnet did it. So give credit to him. He took apart. I'm not gonna say a good defense, but still the Raiders. They still got Max Crosby on the opposite side, and he's able to go out there and play pretty good, get a win. Only took 1 sack, like you said, no interceptions. Still, that boy Devontae Foreman had himself a fucking day. 16 carries, 2 tubs, basically 90 yards. Caught some as well, Dale. So he caught a touchdown as well. So had himself a tremendous day. Give credit to the Bears and their defense for not letting up a ton of yards for a backup quarterback in Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, speaking of defense, the Browns defense did not show up at all. They win 39-38. They get out of there with the win. Deshaun Watson goes out. He winds up hurting his shoulder. PJ Walker comes in 15 for 32, 178 yards. He did have the 1 interception, but Ford had a good game. Hunt was able to run the ball. Even Pierre Strong Jr. ran the ball okay, but collective team win. Myles Garrett is the best player in football right now. I don't even think that's like a debate right now. This guy is literally doing everything. But yeah, big win on the road. They needed to bounce back after. Oh no, they won last week. So yeah, big 2 wins in a row for the Browns. Now, what'd you think of their win?
Still, I'm not going to say impressive. I was kind of surprised how good Gardner Minshew looked. Gardner Minshew didn't, 300 yards on them, Dale. 2 touchdowns. Played way better than I expected to. We saw Black Purdy look, normal last week. And then you see Gardner Minshew throw 300 against the very same defense still. So, give him credit, sneaking out the victory with PJ Walker, coming in, cleaning up shop, Dale. Ford, like you said, had a good day. He had that big run, and then he ended up getting hurt, Dale. So they ended up missing him. Kareem Hunt with 2 late touchdowns. So give credit to the defense, like you said. Myles Garrett put on a show. I think he had 2 sacks, basically a strip 6, and then the block field goal attempt. So, Dill, what he was able to do today, just single handedly, he's gonna put himself in the candidate for a defensive player of the year, Dill. So, and the only thing concerning to me moving forward is what was wrong with Deshaun Watson. They said it wasn't a concussion. Was it his arm? His shoulder injury that possibly got, re-injured, or did he just flat out get benched?
Yeah, I don't know, but 7 tackles for Myles Garrett, 2 fumbles, 2 pressures, and 1 block kick. But what a performance by the Myles Garrett defense. I was surprised, to be honest. Josh Downs, 5 catches for 125 yards. Their secondary kind of worried me a little bit, so they might be regressing a little bit, but nonetheless, they squeak out with the win on the road. Colts are a gritty team, They're never going to be out of the game. I love their new uniforms, by the way. Giants, big win at home. They take care of the Redskins 14-7. Very low scoring game. Giants defense played much better. Sam Howell did not look good. He got outplayed by Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor's actually been one of the best players on the Giants team, and he's only played for 2 weeks. Saquon Barkley, he had a good game. 21 carries for 77 yards. Darren Waller finally showed up, 7 carries for 98 yards. But yeah, it's Giant team, big win at home, kind of get some momentum here moving on to Jets Giants next week. But thoughts on the G-men?
Still, I understand they were up 14-0 early on and they basically didn't score for the rest of the game, Dill, but I'm gonna be real with you. Tyrod Taylor and this offense just looks much better than Daniel Jones in it. I like that Saquon had a good game. I understand he fumbled at the goal line, but still, like I said, Tyrod Taylor had 280 passing yards. This offense, especially with the wide receivers, they make more plays. Like you said, Waller 98 yards. He had his best 2 games of the season thus far. Tyrod Taylor. That do Hyatt had himself a good game. So I just feel like this offense is a little more explosive with Tyrod Taylor at the helm. Though I think this week upcoming, I think they're gonna have to make a real big decision of do we rush, Daniel Jones back to play against the Jets, who their defense is gonna come after the quarterback, or do we let Tyrod Taylor go out there? We saw them fight hard against the Bills, and then once again we saw them show up again today. They understand 14 points is not impressive, but at the end they were able to move the ball. So give credit to the Giants, and then with the Commanders, Joe Sam Howell. I'm gonna just stop touching the Commanders for the rest of the year. Every game, every
Please.
time, every time I bet this team, they lose. Every time I don't touch them, they win. So I'm officially done backing Sam Howell and this team. Eric Bieniemy, every time I put money on you, you're done, kid. So I'm officially done with this team. I'm not gonna say they're a bad team, but all I'm saying is every time I touch them, they don't show up.
They're too inconsistent. They're too inconsistent on the road, at home. It doesn't matter if it's a good spot, bad spot. Offense has too much talent to just put up 7 points, especially on a banged up Giants team that you should win. Divisional game, you should take care of business. Never back Ron Rivera as a favorite. We learn our lessons. You got to stop backing him in general. Eric Bieniemy, not a good game calling plan as well. Sam Howell takes the most sacks, so kid needs to learn how to throw the ball away. But yeah, just not an impressive performance by the Commanders. You heard after the game, Jonathan Allen was like, hey, I've been here for 7 effing years and I'm sick and tired of the bullshit. It's the same shit every year. So some frustration from the Commanders sitting at 3-4. Falcons, number 1 in the NFC South. They take care of the Bucs on the road, 16-13. And, I got to say, Desmond Ridder played much better than I anticipated. I think he outplayed Baker Mayfield, 19 for 25, 250 yards. No touchdowns, no picks, but he took care of the ball. He only got sacked once. He had 107 passer rating. He played well. For whatever reason, Bijan Robinson, I guess his tummy hurt. Something happened because he just didn't. He was suited. He just did not play. Tyler Algier had 21 rushes. Cordell Patterson had 10 rushes. So, yeah, they just did not use Bijan Robinson today. I think he was dealing with something. But, yeah, Drake London had 6 catches for 54 yards. He did leave with an injury. But impressive win on the road for Arthur Smith and the Falcons. They are in sole possession of first place, kid.
Yeah, we got to give them credit. Impressive win. The fact that they were able to go out and win this game on the road without utilizing their best player in Bijan Robinson. Yeah, I think you gotta give him credit on that, though. Like you said, Desmond Ridder, near interceptions. He did have that bad. I want to say it's 100% his fault, but they did fumble at the goal line.
Yeah.
Just a miscue on the snap, deal. But overall, great team win. Like you said, he kind of outplayed Baker Mayfield. He threw that one bad interception. Mike Evans had himself a great game. Chris Godwin is always going to show up, deal. But other than that, deal, Atlanta's defense, the rubber met the road when they needed to. Made the key stops. And, even my boy Cordell Patterson was out there rushing the ball because B-Ron had some type of illness. So give credit to Atlanta, sole possession of the NFC South, and Desmond Ridder going out and winning games on the road, Dill.
Yeah, very impressive. Bucks kind of regressing a little bit. They started off pretty hot. They were backable. At home, I thought, this was a good spot for them. But, yeah, Falcons are just a much better team. They have a little more talent, I think. And it just came down to Desmond Ridder outplaying Baker. So, good win for the Falcons, first place Falcons. And then, we thought this was going to be the game of the 1 o'clock slate, but they out from the first drive, Elvis, 38-6. They cover. Game goes over the total as well. Lamar Jackson, what a fucking performance. 21 for 27, 357 yards, 3 touchdowns, 155 passer rating. He had 9 carries for 36 yards and a touchdown as well. Gus Edwards had 64 yards. Justice Hill had 46 yards. They ran the ball. They literally did anything they wanted. Gus Edwards had that one catch for 80 yards. Zay Flowers went for 75. Mark Andrews had 2 touchdowns. Nelson Aguilar. It was just a parade. This defense got blown out. And I love Dan Campbell's response. He goes, "Hey, I'm a fucking asshole after this. There's just no answer besides that." So, besides Amon-Ra St. Brown having 102 yards, team really didn't do nothing. Jahmyr Gibbs did have that late touchdown to avoid a shutout for us, helped us for fantasy as well. But we'll start with the Ravens, man. This offense, when healthy, I'm telling you, man, they're going to be a hard team to beat.
Dale, you don't need to tell nobody, Dale. I'm gonna be honest, I was shocked how this game went by, Dale. The fact that the Lions just didn't show up offensively and defensively, both sides of the football, Dale. We spoke. The shocking thing with this Lions team and how good they are this season wasn't their offense. You know what their offense was about? It was their defense, Dale. And their defense simply couldn't stop a nosebleed today, Dale. Like you said, Lamar Jackson, whoof, get yourself an MVP ballot, Dill. 21 for 27, 357, 4 total touchdowns, run rushing, by the way. Dill, he had himself damn near a perfect game. Gus Edwards and the team, Justice Hill, ran the ball well. And then receiving, Zay Flowers been consistent all season long, 4 catches, 73. Mark Andrews finally getting in the works with his 2 touchdowns. Dill, can we say that Odell Beckham finally he's starting to get in rhythm now, starting to get a little more healthy, Dill. So what we saw today from the Baltimore Ravens wasn't just impressive, Dill, was a championship contender performance, Dill. This performance speaks volumes because you know how high we was on Detroit. Some people had Detroit top 3. I had them top 5. So the fact that we were able to do this at home after a few hiccups, like the Colts loss and that and whatnot, they just flat out dominated today. Give credit to this team. Great overall win and a great performance by Lamar Jackson.
And one of the best defenses in the league. They got after Jared Goff all day. 5 sacks, 4 tackle for losses. They had 9 QB hits. I don't put this on Jared Goff. He did have a really bad game. He really wasn't in it from the get. He threw for a lot of yards because they were down. It was kind of the script, but he was under duress the whole game. This is a legit defense. So take nothing away for Baltimore. They are the real deal. Can't wait for our power rankings, though. So, yeah, big win for the Ravens. They take sole possession of first place in the North. 4 o'clock slate, Steelers, big win. Always back Mike Tomlin as an underdog. 24-17. They win outright, keep the points. Kenny Pickett, not the best game, but very efficient. 17 for 25, 230 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. He was only sacked twice. He got the ball out quick. I thought he actually played much better than Matthew Stafford. Matt Stafford kind of forced things, had a lot of overthrown balls as well. They ran the ball, though. They were able to run the ball, especially with Royce Freeman. Even Darrell Henderson, he had the touchdown as well. I thought they were able to run the ball. And Puka Nacua, what a fucking game he had. But other than that, Cooper Kupp was held very they contained him. Tutu Atwell, just the 1 catch for the touchdown. But other than that, give credit to this Steelers defense. They came to play on the road. Big win for the Steelers, kid.
Joe, this Steelers team, I want to just speak about the second half, though. They came out and show up. Kenny Pickett made some great throws to George Pickens. Got a bad, unsportsmanlike conduct call. But, Dill, like you said, Puka Nacua had a great first half, and then in the second half, that defense basically shutting them out. Matt Stafford looked uncomfortable, especially in the second half. Nacua went quiet. He had himself a huge day. He had like 100 something yards just in the first half. Only 50 something in the second. Cooper Kupp didn't have a day. I missed that. I took his over. He went under by a fucking mile as usual. Well, not as usual, but just how my day was going. So, Dill, give credit to Najee Harris finally showing up. He's been in and out of the lineup. He finally had himself a good day. Not a great day, but a good day. So Deontay Johnson finally coming back in the lineup. He was on IR for 4 weeks. So it's finally get to see the Steelers offense, what their fully potential of them being, because Najee Harris been a question mark all season long. Kenny Pickett, you know how bad he started the beginning of the season. So can the Steelers team turn it around? As of right now, they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, and with that defense, they're always going to be in games. Happy for Najee Harris finally getting his first touchdown of the year. And I think the reason they've been splitting time is because the kid Jalen Warren is really good. I think their offense is better when they're both on the field. If I'm being quite honest, when they're both on the field, they're very hard to stop. When they go big, put another tight end in there, they're hard to stop in this run game. George Pickens, when he's one-on-one, you got to throw him the ball. I mean, this guy's going to be a star one day. But yeah, good Deontay Johnson. Good game plan for Matt Canada, getting rid of all the noise. Everyone wants him fired. I thought he put a nice game plan together for Kenny Pickett, especially on the road. So for all the shit we talk about the Steelers, they're 4-2 sitting nice in that division right now and almost at a playoff spot. But big win for the Steelers on the road. They win outright as dogs. Seahawks, they win. They take care of business at home 20-10. It's never easy with Seattle. I'll tell you that. It's never easy. Geno Smith, I didn't think he played all that well. He did have that one late interception, but 18 for 24, 219 yards. Kenneth Walker, I mean, this guy's going to be a top 5 running back. If he isn't already, he's going to be a star. 26 carries for 105 yards. Didn't get in the end zone, but other guys had to step up. Tyler Lockett, Jake Boo Boo. Is that how you pronounce it?
I think it's Bob's.
Oh, Bob's. It's Bobo.
Yeah.
Anyway, 4 catches, 61 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 4 catches, 63 yards. They get the job done at home and they cover. What'd you think of defense? Actually came out. Did you see Witherspoon's big hit?
Dale, I was locked into that game just because I was, like I said, I had a bad betting day, but fantasy purposes, I was locked in this game, Dale. Like, that was a huge hit. I like the way the defensive played, Dale. The 2 corners finally being able to end the game, coming back from injury, Dale. Like you said, Walker, we got to give him his flowers, Dale. He's turning into himself like a top 5 running back, Dale. Another 100-yard game, no touchdowns, like you said, but he has plenty of those to go around throughout the season. Geno Smith, he played good, not great. That one bad interception, almost had 2 interceptions, but they called it back for. Yeah, it was 2, but they called it back for an illegal holding deal. But I'm gonna give him credit. He played good enough to win the game. It's just come late in the season, come postseason, he has to clean it up. And then defensively, Dale, they showed out, they showed up, but I think we gotta toss it up with Dobbs. Dale, he had a good run first few weeks of the season. Their offense as well, but now I think they need Kyler Murray back. I had enough with Dobbs.
Yeah, like I said, and it was no disrespect or shade to Josh Dobbs because there wasn't enough tape on him. So the first few games he was surprising people. He's not surprising anyone anymore. Bobby Wagner had a hell of a game. Jordan Brooks as well had a really big game. So, yeah, it's done. Kyler Murray did come off IR. He's practicing, so for everyone's sake, I think it'd be best if Kyler Murray plays. Seattle 4-2 right now, sitting at second place behind the 49ers who play Monday night. Other games in the 4:00 window. Chiefs just went final 31-17. They take care of business at home. They cover. Game goes over the total as well. Patrick Mahomes is just undefeated against this AFC West. I mean, it's just insane that he just always wins against it. It was tight for most of the game. Justin Herbert didn't have a good game. This defense picked him off twice, had a 68.6 QBR, one of his worst performance of the day. Joshua Kelly was able to run the ball pretty well. Austin Eckler, they kind of kept in check. But Joshua Palmer, that's about it. Travis Kelce, I mean, this guy's a beast. 12 catches for 179 yards. Weren't able to run the ball all that well. But other than that, Patrick Mahomes, they take care of business at home, 31-17. Thoughts here?
Still. What more could we say about this tandem? Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had himself a fucking day. A national tight ends day. 12 receptions, 179 yards. Longest of 53 with 1 tutty. Still. Patrick Mahomes, 32 for 42. 424. People, he had 320 in the first half. He had 3 touchdowns and 320 yards in the first half. First
Yeah.
player since Drew Brees in 2015 to do that. Hello. So
Hello.
it's just special what he's doing out there, Dill. 420, 424, four touchdowns, 1 interception. Travis Kelce had himself a day. Our boy Nico Harmon came back to the team. That's glad. I'm happy to see about that, Dill. And then with the Chargers, Dill, like I said, it's Justin Herbert, bro. He's just too inconsistent, 17 for 30, 2 interceptions. Joshua Kelly had a good day. Austin Eckler doesn't look like himself yet. It's just, I don't know if it's Justin Herbert or it's just Kansas City just has the Chargers number. It might be a little bit of both still, but Justin Herbert doesn't. They always go in a shootout, but they always somehow lose this game by double digits, some way, somehow. So
it was a one-score game with about a few minutes left, and then they got that late touchdown to kind of seal the deal. But I love how Patrick Mahomes is kind of spreading it out a little bit. MVS had a touchdown. Our boy Rashid Rice, the rookie out of SMU, kid's gonna be good. I mean, Patrick Mahomes makes anyone look good. Let's be honest there. But what'd you think of Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift? They had that little dappa with the booty bump.
no
I'm
problem.
not going to lie. Twitter was mad when they saw that, but it was clean. I'm not going to hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you. It definitely was rehearsed, but
oh, yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, you can't lie. You can't hate.
No.
Right now, the Chiefs are it. I can honestly say they might be America's team right now. They definitely have the
100%.
most viewed games. Travis Kelce is fucking at a different level. Patrick Mahomes, they won 6 straight games.
Six
It's
straight.
just,
Yeah. Got the monkey off their back real quick after losing opening night, but they're doing good, sitting at top of not just the division, the league.
the AFC.
Broncos, they finally get their second win of the season. They take care of business against the Green Bay Packers, 19-17, late field goal to win the game. Russell Wilson, 20 for 29, 194 yards, no picks this time, 1 touchdown. They were able to run the ball. Javonte Williams had a nice day. Jalen McLaren, he had a pretty good game as well. Cortland Sutton had that nice touchdown. But, man, Jordan Love, I got to be out on him, man. I just didn't think – the first half is just so bad.
Horrendous.
Oh, it's always so bad with him, man. I just can't back him. You got to win. You can't put up 17 points against the worst defense in the league. That's just inexcusable, man. I know you weren't really able to run the ball. A.J. Dillon, 15 carries for 61 yards. Aaron Jones, is his first game back, but – when Aaron Jones leads the team in receptions and rushing, no disrespect, but you're going to lose that game. So defense didn't show up either. And Denver, got to give credit to them. Their defense actually showed up and stopped the Packers. So got to give credit where it's due. Bad read altogether on me on this game. E, what'd you see for the Broncos?
Dill, I didn't see much, to be honest, but I saw enough to win the game. Like you said, Dill, it's more about Jordan Love. There's offense in the first half. I think this kid had 50 passing yards in the whole first half. It's just
crazy.
It's just crazy, Dill. I don't know how you can't get it going against the worst defense in football. That's just not me saying words, people. That's a fact. Go check the stats. They're last in passing yards allowed, last in points per game, last in rushing. Rushing. They're the worst defense in football, and this dude Jordan Love was only able to get to 180. Jimmy G 200 yards. No disrespect, though. Zach Wilson 200 plus yards. Sam Howell, we saw how bad he looked today against the Giants, 300 yards. So the fact that Jordan Love, he wasn't even able to eclipse 200, and the fact that your team wasn't able to eclipse 17, even Jimmy G scored more than 17. Well, I think he scored 17. But come on, Jordan Love, you got to do better. You got to be better than that. And then the Broncos, I'm not going to give you credit because you should have won this game. To me, you were the right side. I leaned you guys on the previous show. It's just, I'm not confident, you guys. You're not good. But you were better than the Packers today.
Yeah, I'm off on him. I'm not betting them or the Redskins anymore. I'm kind of off them until they prove that they actually could be consistent football team. So, yeah, I'm off then. Sunday Night Football, Elvis. What's your play again? You're on Jalen Hurts, right?
Still, I had a horrendous day. For anybody that's still backing me, this is my most confident play of the weekend. With that being said, Jalen Hurts over 252, 253, whatever the closing yards is at. I think he goes for over 270, 260, to be real with you people. Give me Jalen Hurts over 252 and a half passing yards as my favorite play of the weekend.
Yeah, only play for me is I'm on Tyreek Hill over 6.5 receptions. Yeah, 1-5 on the day. Awful. It was every wrong read. Knew that's what was happening when I was taking all favorites. I knew it was bad. Baltimore was the only win. Bucks lose outright. Skins lose outright. Browns, they win, but they don't cover. Cooper Kupp didn't get in the end zone. And then the Green Bay just lost outright. So yeah, 1-5 on the day. What was your record, kid, real quick?
1-6 though. It's like who did it worse? It was your boy. I did it worse. 1-6. At least we did good on Thursday though. We gotta clean it up with tonight, and then hopefully find ourselves, okay with Monday.
Yeah, we got to turn things around. Just make the record. It's going to be a losing week regardless, but we have to at least make it a little respectable. Let's go out to Monday Night Football. Minnesota hosting the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are laying 6.5 on the road. Plus 6.5 for the home team. Minnesota Vikings plus 240 on the money line. Over under set at 43. Christian McCaffrey will play. Debo. Kyle Shanahan announced that he will miss the next 2 games. Dealing with the rib injury, probably cracked a rib. So going to take the next 2 weeks off going into this November. We'll start with the side, kid. I'll let you lead it off. How do you feel for the side?
Dill, give me the bounce back. Give me the 49ers minus 6.5, minus 115 on the road, Dill. I just feel like this 49ers team, this is still one of the best teams in football, definitely the best team in the NFC, Dill. I expect Brock Purdy to go back to his winning ways. We only saw this kid lose one time. We saw this kid look human one time. And against this Minnesota's defense, I think this is the perfect defense for him to start eating back up, though. Even though against my boy Brian Flores, though, this Minnesota's team, it's not a very good team, They've been in shootouts all season long. The defense can't get off the field when they needed to. So I expect Brock Purdy in this offense, even a little hobbled. Christian McCaffrey, we know he's going to play, but he's not 100%. No Debo Samuel. He's one of the biggest dual threats in the league. So I think the 49ers still are the better team, still the right side, even without Debo Samuel and the questionable Christian McCaffrey. I just don't see Minnesota able, especially Kirk Cousins in that offense without Justin Jefferson, able to put it together and have a complete game against this 49er defense. We saw P.J. Walker able to sneak out a victory last week. I think the 49ers go out on a national stage on Monday night and show everybody, hey, that was just a fluke. We're still the best team in football.
Yeah, I agree. It's scary that I agree because we're both so cold right now. It's bad. But I agree. I lay the 6.5. I do think though they could win by a touchdown. I just don't think it came down to what you said lastly. I think for me, it's just in a shootout. I don't trust the Vikings to keep up with the San Francisco 49ers without Justin Jefferson. I worry about them in the red zone. Offensively, they're 21st in red zone. They settle for a lot of field goals, and defensively, red zone efficiency, they allow the 29th most touchdowns. So Brian Flores doing all he can do, but it's just a little too much firepower here. I think Christian McCaffrey, he's fine. I think Brock Purdy's good. And don't forget about Brandon Ayuk. Yeah, all the attention's on Debo, but it's just going to give him more opportunities. George Kittle might have a big game as well. Think this team's going to be mad. After losing a game they think they shouldn't have lost, they're going to come out hungry. They had an extra day to prepare. I'm going to take Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. I'll lay the 6.5 with the Niners. As for the total, like I said, it is 43. Any opinion on the total?
To be honest, though, I'm gonna lean the under, prime time unders. What do we expect from Kirk Cousins? We know the 49ers defense is a top 3 defense. It's just, are we going to see the 49ers team we saw for 14, 15 game stretch throughout last season? Or are we going to see somewhat of the 49ers team we saw last week? I highly doubt that. And to be honest, I don't expect this Vikings offense to explode, especially not on this defense still. So I think the right side will be the under. I possibly see like a 24-7, not even like a 21-17 game, 20 somewhere around there. I don't see a high scoring game on either side.
Yeah, I would lean under as well. The total opened up around 45. It's come down to 43. I do agree. I think the line movement is in the right favor because I just don't trust the Vikings to be able to score all that much. So, yeah, as for the total, lean under. Nothing conclusive, though. I don't really get anything to the window with the under. As for player props, you could go back with Christian McCaffrey. We don't know how he's going to be. Maybe take advantage of Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, maybe Brock Purdy. Any player props that you like on either side, Vikings or 49ers?
Dill, to be honest, the one I honestly like the most, so the reason I didn't touch it, Dill, because your boy's cold. I'm not gonna force too many. I'm just gonna go with my most confident play, and that's the -6.5 deal. But one prop that I really do like you said, Deebo Samuel is out, so we're gonna need another person to make a couple plays in the passing game. I like George Kittle, Dill, over 46.5 at -118, -118. Shop around people. I feel like he might be due for a big day. We know he had that 3 touchdown game against Dallas. That was 2 weeks ago. Was quiet last week. I expect to come out this week. No Debo, and National Tight End Day. He wasn't able to play today, so I think he goes out there and have himself a good day. I think George Kittle over 46.5 receiving yards is a good play.
Yeah, I'm actually going to take a chance here with KJ Osborne, receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. He's been quiet, even though he's had the opportunity to get more catches without Justin Jefferson being in the lineup. Last 2 games, 14 targets, 91 yards. So total open, like I said, around 38. It's only gone up despite having a lot of opportunities on offense. I think the number is a little small. His receiving yards is 39.5. It's gone up, like I said, from 38 to 39. But I think the Vikings are going to be, forced to throw the ball just because without Jefferson, I think the game script is going to be they're going to be playing from behind. So I expect the pass attempts. I think that's another good look for Kirk Cousins, his pass attempts, because I do think he's going to be able to throw the ball a lot. I do worry he has 4 drops on the season, which he needs to clean up. But with the amount of snaps he's going to get, like I said, with the game script, Vikings playing from behind, I just think there's a good chance KJ has a pretty good game. So over 39.5 receiving yards, I think is pretty low. What are your thoughts there?
Still, I like it just because Kirk Cousins has been playing at an elite level this season. Like you said, the one concern is no Justin Jefferson, but I still give him a shot to throw for a good amount of yards, get the pass attempts going, just because I don't think the running game is gonna get going. And like you said, I think they're gonna be playing from behind, so you're gonna have to throw the ball to catch up anyway.
Yes, sir. Elvis, good luck. Hopefully we can make it a little more bearable on our records, but it's going to be the second losing week for the boys. Before we get and finish out our NBA preview, we'll take care of the Southwest Division. Quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing a round of golf with the boys or an elderberry after a Monday workout, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that artisanal Blanca tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, E, let's get to it. We'll start in the Southwest Division. Pretty interesting division. You know, you got the Grizzlies, you got the Pelicans, Dallas Mavericks, very interesting team. Rockets, young, and then you got the superstar Victor Wembanyama and Coach Popovich and the Spurs. So, real quick, I want to get your thoughts. Steven Adams did go down with a season-ending knee injury. Tough loss for the Grizzlies, right?
Still, huge loss. You know, Steven Adams is basically the biggest not just defender, but offensive rebounder. You know, he's the one that protects the bin. He's the one that gets them second chance baskets. You know, what's that dude's name?
Jared Jackson?
No. Remember the rookie that got hurt early? I forgot his name, but it'll come to me. He's going to have to step up huge still. He was able to come in 2 years ago in the playoff run when Adams first got hurt, and he was able to come up with some huge minutes off the bench. He's going to have to step up this season. Jared Jackson's going to have to step up and play more minutes, especially down the stretch, because like I said, Adams was the paint presence. He's the one that you wanted late in the game down low to secure those rebounds for the win.
Yeah, 100%. It's gonna put a lot more effort on Jared Jackson now. Now he does have to be the defender. He has to get boards as well. So gonna be tough. Let's start with the Grizzlies. Last year they won the division. They were 51-31. You know, they're gonna be without John Morant for the first 25 games of the season. He comes back December 19th, and it's actually against the New Orleans Pelicans for the gun incident. So they're going to be without him. They're going to be without him. They lost Dillon Brooks. They lost Tyus Jones as well. So they did lose some pieces here for Memphis Grizzlies right now to win the NBA championship. Memphis Grizzlies is 24-1 to come out of the West. The Memphis Grizzlies are 10-1. Let's see the division. They have the best odds to come out of the division at plus 145. What's your play? Let me get their win total for you as well. It's the Memphis Grizzlies. It's sitting at 46.5, plus 128 towards the over, under minus 158. Ooh, what do you like here?
Still, give me the over 46.5 wins. I understand John Morant is going to be out, the first 20, 25 games of the season.
25, yeah.
I don't care. This team has a much better record without him anyway. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we don't need him. They need him for the to make that playoff push for the regular season. Though I feel like the addition of Marcus Smart is gonna show. It's gonna show. I think Marcus Smart is gonna be a leader for that team. Still has the defensive ground. I understand they lost Dillon Brooks. You're not a big fan of him, though, but I think Marcus Smart is going to replace that defensive prowl and that edge you got in the opposite side, and that's not going to come with all those technical fouls, still. So I feel like adding Derrick Rose, adding Marcus Smart matures the locker room just a little bit. This team, we know they're talented. They just need to, a little growing up to do, and I think that's what we're going to see moving forward. Give me the Grizzlies to win, to go over 46.5 wins, and give me the Grizzlies to win the division at plus 145.
So shop around. The one book that I read, the win totals is at 46, but I see 45s out there. I agree. I'm going to go over. Like you said, it's going to hurt the first 25 games. I think they did lose two, depth pieces, Dillon Brooks, Tyus Jones. They were bad in the playoffs, though. This team was very underwhelming, I thought. I think, like you said, I think the best word to summarize it, they need some maturing to do. But I just think 45, even 46 is just very low for them. I just think this is a very good regular season too. It has been for the past 2 years, even with Morant off the floor. He does miss a lot of games regardless, with injury, with suspension, whatever it is. But when he was off the court, they were a point differential 0.23 out of 100 possessions. That's on pace for a 46 win team. So like you mentioned, they added Marcus Smart, who I think could do both Brooks's defense and Tyus Jones' assist ability as well. So I like their big three. You got Desmond Bane, Jared Jackson Jr. as well. Good head coach and Taylor Jenkins as well. So I think they struggle offensively at times, but I think defensively they're going to be able – that's where they're going to hang their hat on this season. So Last year they were the second best defensive team in the regular season, and then to be honest, it's not saying this as a knock on them, but without Ja, I think they're actually a better defensive team. I think he's a defensive liability. Of course, could give you 40, 50 a game, but on the defensive side of the ball, he is a liability. But considering injuries, off the court issues, I still think the win total should be above 45.5. So I agree there. I'm gonna take the over for the Memphis Grizzlies. We will move it to the next team, the New Orleans Pelicans. Their win total is at 44.5. Over is at plus 104. The under is at minus 128. To come out of the division, New Orleans, they got the third best odds, plus 210, which I thought was kind of surprising. Now to come out of the West, they are 29-1. What's your favorite play here for the New Orleans Pelicans?
Still, this was a tough one, just because, with Zion, CJ, Brandon Ingram, this team has the potential to make a deep playoff run, win 50-ish games, So if you're telling me they're going to play majority, if you tell me Zion and them going to play majority of the season, then I'm going to take the over by a mile. I like this team. I'm going to be honest, I borderline love this team when Zion's on the court, though. It's just, that's the question. How many games Zion's going to play? We both know that's a huge question that nobody has the answer to, Dill. So with that being said, I stood away from the regular season, Dill, to win total, just because the uncertainty with Zion. I think they're a very good team. I ain't gonna hold you. I think they could. I like the over. I lean it. I'll place it. It's just I don't think Zion's gonna play 60+ games. That's the thing. If you tell me he does, this is gonna be a very good team, Dill. So I'm gonna take. You know what, Dill? I will do this. I'm gonna take the Pelicans to make. You know what? I gotta sprinkle them to win the in-season tournament at plus 3,100, though, just because, like I said, I feel like it's gonna be a young team to win the tournament who's gonna go all out and actually try to win instead of one of these veteran teams that wants to win the NBA title. And I feel like if Zion, CJ, and Brandon Ingram are healthy, they could be the team to win that tournament come, January, February. So give me a sprinkle on the New Orleans Pelicans to win the in-season tournament at plus 3,100.
I'm gonna go under their win total here. This honestly was the hardest team to
Facts.
handicap, just because there's just so many uncertainties with this team. How many games is Zion actually gonna play? When is he gonna be in shape? What kind of shape will he be? Not just him. Jose Alvarado, Larry Nance Jr., Trey Murphy, they're all returning from injury. Are they actually how long is it gonna be until they're 100% healthy? So if they're fully healthy, this team obviously could be better than 44.5 wins. So I just don't know. I think they could actually be a 60 win team if Zion could play every game. Can we count on that? I don't think so. So the rest of the team, just doesn't fit. I think Jonas Valanciunas, he's cool, but he's not really the ideal center next to Williamson. I don't think they pair up well together. I don't think they have enough shooting. Trey Murphy, he's cool, but he misses a lot of time. They don't have a true point guard on the team. CJ McCollum, he's cool, but he's doing a lot of analyst job. He's on the decline. Williamson and Brandon Ingram, they could carry this team, I feel like. But the main question is there's just too many holes. There's just a lot of risk in backing them. So it's just way easier to imagine this team winning like 33 to 40 games opposed to 45 to 50 games. So, yeah, I'm on the under on this team. I just don't trust them right now. So going to go under here for the New Orleans Pelicans. Let's go to a very interesting team, the Dallas Mavericks, to win the West, 13-1. They have they have the second best odds to win the division at minus 185. Their win total is sitting at Nope, I took the wrong one. Sorry about that. I took the wrong thing. 43.5, -112 to the over, -108 toward the under. Yeah, I'll let you figure this, start this one off because I think you'll be very surprised on what I play. What do you like?
Dale, give me the under. I didn't like. I called this last year, Dale. I have the record on my phone somewhere, Dale. I've been trying to look for it for the past 5 minutes and I can't find it. But I have the record. So this team didn't work out when after the trade deadline last season with Kyrie and Luka Doncic. The talent level is Dale. Can they, outscore some teams possibly, Dale? But let's be real. I don't expect this team, especially defensively, to stop anybody. We saw after the trade deadline, Dale, this was the worst defensive team in all of basketball. They were losing games 135 to 136. That's what they were doing, Dill. So I expect that a lot of those games to happen again. I expect Luka and Kyrie to give you a show, and then when the late in the fourth quarter, they're gonna end up losing the game by a few points still because they can't get a stop. They lost Christian Woods, who I think they should have played more. Don't get me wrong. I think they're gonna be an exciting team. They're gonna be a fun team, but deep down, they're gonna be one of the worst defensive teams in all of basketball. Give me the under 43.5 wins.
I'm going to be on the other side. I'm going to take the over 43.5 wins.
Real quick, Dill.
Yeah.
Kyrie and Luka Doncic together were 4-11 last season.
4-11. Yeah, they were definitely underwhelming last year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They were a solid team when at least one of them played, Luka or Kyrie. Their net rating was 3.5 per 100 possessions when at least one of them would play. And that's a pace on to a 49-win team. Their problem was they weren't on the court together. That was the main problem for them last year. Fortunately, now they're going to have a full season with both of them on the court together. They should be maybe not a top 5, but very close to a top 5 offense in the league when both of them are there. They added more depth. They got Jaden Hardy. He's going to be a better playmaker. They got Josh Green. He's going to improve the 3-and-D as well. Their defense should rank higher. They were 23rd last year in defense. When they finished, they did add Grant Williams. They lost Christian Wood, though. So I just think 44.5 wins is just too low for a team that's this talented. If Kyrie Irving is on his best behavior, I think they should easily win over this. I'm going to go over the win total. I'm going to take them to win the division as well. Plus 185. I just think they're too talented to not back. I don't trust Memphis all that well. And Luka and Kyrie is just OD in my opinion. So I got to go over here for the Dallas Mavericks. Are you nervous about that?
Not at all, Dill. Not at all. One thing I agree with you is the talent level is there. What we're going to see in, night out, it's going to be amazing. It's just not going to lead it's not going to lead to wins. You know what we're going to see, Dill? We're going to see the 2015 to 2018 Houston Rockets. That's what we're going to see.
Speaking of the Houston Rockets, let's go to them. Their win total is at 31.5, -110 both ways. For the Houston Rockets to come out of the West, 180-1. They have the fourth best odds, 40-1 to come out of the Southwest. I guess looking at their win total at 31.5, they got a new coach in Duco coming in. They got Fred VanVleet, Dylan Brooks. They're trying to change this culture around. What do you think for this team?
I think they changed it around, though. They had a pretty good draft. I think with the picks they picked the past few seasons, I think it's time to step up, though. Give me the Houston Rockets over 31.5 wins, -110. Give me the Houston Rockets to make the play-in make the playoff play-in, though. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. All I'm saying is they could possibly sneak in. I think they could be the 9th or the 10th seed, though. I think they could win around 34 to 38 wins, sneak into the 10th seed, and possibly make some noise. I highly doubt they'll make the playoffs, though, but I'll give them the shot to make the play-in. Still, they're going to be a pesky team. We know what Fred VanVleet represents. We know what Dylan Brooks, love or hate him, Dylan Brooks is going to be in somebody's head game in and game out, though. It's just the plain truth. I expect this team to to take the next step and be a little better than they were the last season. They were one of the worst teams last season. I think this season, new head coach, Fred VanVleet is going to be an all-star. Dylan Brooks, solid. And then, the young Bulls, can they step up and be borderline potential all-stars? That's going to be the questions. I think they can. They'll give me the Houston Rockets over wins and to make the play-in playoffs.
Yeah, I'm going under here. I feel like this is just a common phenomenon that always happens before a new season. Team makes a nice big splash in the market. They get a new coach, and they tend to overreact a little bit. To win over 31, so basically 32 games, the Rockets would need to win 10 more games than they did last year. Is the combination of Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks and some new cats worth 10 more wins in a stacked West Conference? My answer is no, I think. I just think this team is young, they're inexperienced, and they have to give time to develop. Most rookies don't contribute to winning right away. So I do like the guys. Cam Whitmore, Villanova legend, Amen Thompson, one of the twins. I think they're going to be good, but it's hard to imagine them having real impact in their first year. So how much is Jabari Smith going to be in his second year? The jury's still out on him. So I just think this team lacks very top end high talent behind, obviously, Fred VanVleet, especially in the West. Roster wise, they're only above two teams in the West in no order, like Portland and San Antonio. I think they're better than. So I just expect this young team to be better than they were last year. But, you got the Jazz, you got the Thunder, you got Timberwolves, Pelicans, Clippers. It just seems to me that they're not going to be better than those teams. So at that point, you're looking at I'm looking at the standings, the 12th, 13th spot in the West. So, and at that point, those teams usually don't win 32 games. So I don't know. I like the direction they're going to, but I'm not sold. I'm not sold on them. So I'm going to go under 31.5 wins. And then last, but certainly not least, let's go to the phenomenon and Greg Popovich, little guy. Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, their win total is at 28.5. Over is at plus 104. Under is at minus 108. They have the worst odds to come out of the West and to come out of the division. Division 80-1 to come out of the West. They are tied for Portland with the and Utah 250-1. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're at the bottom. Can Victor Wembanyama do that much is the question.
No. Can he make some plays? Can he be exciting yet? Can he lead his team to 30 wins? I don't think so, Dill. It's just a bad team. There's a reason why they had the first overall pick, Dill. Maybe, 2-3 years from now, can they turn it around? Absolutely, Dill. But this season, I don't expect much from the Spurs team. Can Victor Wembanyama, average, 3 blocks a game, 25 points, 8 rebounds. I mean, probably double-digit rebounds, Dill. Possibly, can he probably break some all-time rookie records? Possibly, Dill. And I'll be excited to watch. It's not going to contribute into winning, especially not this soon. So, Pop, one of the greatest coaches of all time, but it's just not yet, bud. Not yet. So give me the Spurs under 28.5 wins. I love the young talent, Dill. It's too soon. And they gave me Victor Wembanyama to win Rookie of the Year at minus 145. Surprised that this is...
It's crazy. It's at minus 145.
I'm surprised they didn't juiced a little more, to be honest. But you never know with injury or whatnot. Somebody else could pull it out. So at 145, I feel like this is a great number.
Watch out for my boy Chet Holmgren. He might come out and win it.
That's your boy now? That's your boy now?
Nah, I just like the OKC team. I think they're going to be a fun team. But I agree with you, kid. I got to go under here. They won 22 games last season, but they had a point differential of a 19-win team. So they tanked and got rewarded for Victor Wembanyama. So I think bookmakers, like you said, I think they got a little too excited by the Wembanyama hype train. He's 19 years old. And like I said, again, with the Rockets, I just don't think 19-year-olds contribute to winning right away, even if in the right hands, like they will be with Greg Popovich. So I think they're going to be cautious with him. I think they're going to actually limit his minutes in games. So I only think he'll play in flashes, to be honest, especially on defense. We saw how good he has been in the preseason. But expecting him to add over 7 wins, I just think is unrealistic. We got to see how Devin Vassell, he did get paid. Keldon Johnson, can they take their next step forward? Trey Jones, shout out my boy from Duke. He's kind of improving as a starting point guard. They did get Zach Collins. He's probably going to be their new starting center. How can Malachi Brennan play? Blake Weasley, you got the German Jeremiah Scoach from Baylor. You got a lot of young pieces, and I just hate, the lack of offensive is just not there. They don't have shot making. They really don't have passing besides Trey Jones. So it's just this roster makes up a lot of uncertainty for me. So I don't think they win a lot of games. Maybe they get another high lottery pick in the next year's draft, but maybe they get 22 again, 23 wins. But I definitely think they're the worst team in the West. So I'm going to go under here for the San Antonio Spurs. Any other plays for the future market that I forgot about? Not just this division, any divisions.
No, that's it. I would like to put out there, on record, Ben Simmons comeback player of the year. You heard it here first.
Oh my God. Wait till he doesn't like what he's doing and he stops playing.
Watch.
We see it every year. Kid.
We saw it 1 year, kid. 1 year.
Let's go on over. We won't have a show, but opening night is just 2 days away. Tuesday, we have a doubleheader. The champs will be raising their banner. Denver Nuggets hosting the Los Angeles Lakers at 7:30. And then the Golden State Warriors will host the Phoenix Suns at 10 o'clock. We'll start with the first game, Nuggets laying 4.5 at home. Catching 4.5 is the Lakers, plus 168 on the money line. Over under is at 227. Raising their banner. Usually we like to fade teams on opening night. Can LeBron do it?
Still, give me the Los Angeles Lakers plus 4.5 on the road. Still, we saw it all playoff. Well, not all playoff. Well, in the Western Conference playoffs. Still, every game was nip and tuck. It was a close one each and every game, and I expect another close game as well. We saw Mike Malone talking real sweet about LeBron, fake retirement, this and that. So I feel like LeBron's gonna go out there and shut up the head coach, and go out there and perform, quiet the crowd, celebrating the championship ring deal. And like we said, we like to fade those teams receiving the rings at home deal. So give me the Los Angeles Lakers on the road plus 4.5. Then I have a few player props for you deal. Let's start it off right. Lakers plus 4.5, and then give me KCP, Caldwell Pope over 9.5 points. Still, I just feel like without Bruce Brown, KCP is gonna have to take up a little more minutes and take up a little more shots still, because Bruce Brown was deadly, and without Bruce Brown, I feel like this team might regress a little bit because he was. Especially coming off the bench, Bruce Brown was explosive still. And then give me Austin Reeves over 1.5 made threes. I think this number is too short. I think he's going to go out there and sling it. I think he's going to have a green light all night and all season long. Give me Austin Reeves over 1.5 made threes at minus 125.
Yeah, I love it. I have a final score prediction for you.
Oh my God. Let me hear it.
Lakers 115. Nuggets 112. I think they win outright. Give me the 4.5 with the Lakers. I love the comments Michael Malone said. Like LeBron said, everyone's going to get theirs eventually. So he's going to see. I know they dominate them in the playoffs. Lakers, they're 1-6 straight up in their last 7 road games dating back to last year. Lakers 0-5 straight up in 5 games versus Denver. Denver, they're amazing, 12-1 straight up at home. They don't really lose. But like you said, they were the Lakers were left all summer with a bad taste in their mouth. They got swept. They really had no answer for for the Joker. They're going to be raising their championship banner. I think they're going to come out flat, just like Travis Kelce. I know it's football and the Chiefs, but they came out flat and they got hosed in week 1. I'm going to take the Lakers to win on the road. I'll take the 4.5 in my pocket. I lean under as well. I think 227, like I said. 227.5. Kind of high, but I gave you a final prediction, kid. I give me the 4.5 in my pocket, and I'll take him plus 168 on the money line. I was also looking at Austin Reeves, his assists, not his points. I was looking at his assists. It was at 3.5 of a little while ago, but it's gotten to 4.5. I still would play it at 4.5. He's gone over this in 18 to 24 games last season. 3 and 4 of the playoff games, he had over 3.5 assists. So, I think this is a reasonable number. So I think 3.5 assists for Austin Reeves. He's going to be seeing a lot more playing time. I like over 3.5 assists for Austin Reeves. So, yeah, we're both on the Lakers here. What could go wrong? And then the last game of the night, we have the Golden State Warriors hosting the Phoenix Suns. A pick 'em, but Golden State's short favorite, -1 on the spread, -112 on the money line. Short dogs for the Phoenix Suns, -104, +1 on the spread, 232, high total. I think we're going to see a lot of high totals for the Suns. What do you like here, kid?
Dale, give me the Golden State Warriors on the money line.
Wow.
-102, Dale, at home, Dale. This is a team sport, and I'm going to expect the better team to win, Dale. Give me the Golden State Warriors. Like I said, Clay, Draymond, Steph, Andrew Wiggins, Kuminga, and all of them. Chris Paul coming off the bench, I think it's going to be well. Steve Kerr, one of the best head coaches in all of basketball, Dale. I'm going to just take the better team. They've been together for over a decade. Well, with Kerr about 7-8 years, So I like the Suns team. I think they could be something special. But you asking me, a first-time team with a first-time head coach and Frank Vogel is going to go out there and beat the dynasty Golden State Warriors in their first time out. It's not going to happen. Can KD, Booker shoot for 70% combined from the floor? Absolutely, Dill. But Steph Curry and the team is going to find a will to win the game, Dill. So give me the Golden State Warriors on the money line, -102. And Dill, I got a few props in this game. Give me Steph Curry over 25.5 at -106. The fact that this prop ain't around 30 points is a little disrespectful. I understand they got Kevin Durant, Booker, and Beal, but who's going to guard Steph? Come on now. Give me Joseph Nurkic over 7.5 rebounds. Just a little juice at -142. If you could get the over 8.5 at a better number, by all means, I'm gonna try to get that as well. I think he gets around double digits on the night. And then give me Andrew Wiggins over 4.5 rebounds at -140. Like I said, the Warriors are a little small, especially without Kevon Looney on the starting floor, Dill. So I expect Andrew Wiggins and Draymond to get most of those rebounds for the Warriors. So give me Andrew Wiggins over 4.5 rebounds, Nurkic over 7.5 rebounds, and over Steph Curry points 25.5.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins' rebound prop was a cash cow last year for us. Draymond Green has been cleared. His ankle was kind of fucked up, but he has been ruled clear. He will give it a go. Another final score prediction. 121 to 114. Give me the Warriors as well. I agree. I think a lot of teams or a lot of people are saying they're going to struggle defensively. I disagree. I think the addition is not Steph Curry. Chris Paul is really going to help them defensively with that second unit. I think they're actually a deeper team. And I don't want to disrespect Frank Vogel, but I do think there's going to be some growing pains. There's a lot of mouths to feed. And like you said, I think there's more players on the Warriors team that would be able to guard their shooters as opposed to the Suns being able to play both ways and guard the Warriors' offense capability. So I agree with you. I'm going to take the Warriors on the money line. -112 is the best number that I see right now. So I'm on the Warriors and I'm on the Lakers. I'm also on Austin Reeves' assist prop as well. Elvis, you are on the Warriors. You are on the Lakers. You're on Steph Curry over. You're on Andrew Wiggins over. You're on Nurkic over. And you are, what was your other prop?
Wiggins over, Nurkic over, Steph Curry over 25.5. And then for the Denver game is Kadarius Caldwell-Pope over 9.5 points and Austin Reeves over 1.5 made threes.
All right, Elvis, I love it. Good luck. Finally good to get into basketball season. We'll have more plays on Wednesday. Let's go on over to the Diamond real quick. Houston, they're leading 3-2. They're playing right now. I am on the over for that game. We'll see if there's a game 7 needed tomorrow, but there will be a game 6 tomorrow in Philly at the Bank. Philadelphia Phillies hosting the Arizona Diamondbacks. Phillies leading the series 3-2. Do they close it out tomorrow, kid?
Still, the Philadelphia Phillies close it out. Still, like I said on last show, those wins were abbreviations. They were out of nowhere. They ended up getting a walk off late. They'll give them credit, but Phillies, they got to keep rolling. I'm gonna be honest. I was shocked that they were able to win 2 games at home. So I thought Phillies was gonna sweep them, if not winning 5.
Yeah, I think they get it done. Minus 180 is kind of pricey though. Minus 180 on the money line, plus 154 for the dogs. If you like the dogs, I think it is a nice price. I like the over 8. My numbers made it at around an 8.99. So I think it's a high scoring game. Hopefully Arizona could hang around, but I do think Philly winds up winning a high scoring game. So I'm going to take the over actually for my official play and leave the side to maybe you if you like the side. But yeah, I'm going to touch the over here. Any additional picks or anything I left out before we get out of here, kid?
No, I took the Rangers tonight. I don't know if you got to play tonight, but I think the Rangers. Oh, I'm sorry. I took the Houston Astros on minus 125 on the money line. I think they close it out at home. Like we said, Rangers losing 3 straight. I just feel like after Otuva hit that home run on top of the ninth, it just
what
sucks.
A home run.
Yeah, it just sucks like all the possibilities and all the joyness out of the team, deal. And I feel like the Rangers are done. It wouldn't have shocked me if they lose like 8-0 today. You know,
hopefully it's 9-0 because I got the over tonight, 8.5.
Oh, so 9-0.
Well, yeah, so 9-0.
8-2 Astros.
8-2,
You know,
yeah.
they gotta go out respectable. At least put up some runs now.
Yeah, so hopefully we see a high scoring game. But yeah, I am on the over tonight. Elvis, thank you so much. That is going to do it for the Sunday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsor, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. We'll recap Monday Night Football. We'll give you our best bets for Thursday night. So make sure you follow along our social media, X and Instagram at The Dream Wager. You guys can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. We go live every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday, youtube.com/The Dream Wager. Subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff really helps the show grow tremendously. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.